She's here. She's early. 1 minute though. I'm gonna give y'all that minute to check in because, yeah. And I hope you like the magic that is coming for you tonight with the information that I'm putting down, y'all. I got the backdrop ready, right? I got like all these notes and all the clips and things. I got the current chart up for Monday. It is Sunday for Moon Day. Come on in, hit those likes, please. I am TMZ. This is Get a Life Astrology, and we're talking about the new moon in Cancer, child. The moon is already in Cancer. It'll be exactly at 25 degrees with the sun as of tomorrow midday on Eastern Standard Time. So not sure where you are located, but everybody's feeling this new moon in Cancer coming in. Cancer is the ruler of the moon. I'm sorry, the moon is the ruler of Cancer. The planet rules the sign, and the house rules the planet. So we're talking about it all tonight in aspects of Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra. Everyone has these places in the houses. It depends on which planet you have and which house you have the cardinal signs in. Even if you are a Scorpio sun and you're not a cardinal sign, I'm a Scorpio sun. Even if you are a Gemini moon, that means you don't have a cardinal moon, but you have cardinal signs somewhere in your planets, in your asteroids, your other placements, or in the houses. Everyone has the houses. So while we're still waiting for people to come in, and thank you for those that are here, please hit the like button like so, just tapping that screen. Appreciate y'all. And leave me any comments in the, thank you for the likes. Any comments that you have about what we're talking about tonight, the new moon. Do you feel the energies? Like, again, you do not have to be a Cancer. You do not have to be an Aries. You do not have to be a Libra. You do not have to be a Capricorn to feel this energy, and it's coming in heavy. I mean, everybody's giving. Hey, son. My son is in here. Thank you for the roses for mommy. Oh, we got lots of likes, and we got almost 10 people in here already. Oh, thank you. Was that you, DJ? Thank you. All right, so we have, I'm just going to go because my backdrop is currently based on my placement. So me having a Libra rising, thank you. Me having a Libra rising, that puts me Libra in the first house. And I'm going to do a closer one too. I actually have Cancer right here. For you are a Cancer. You're a Leo, Crystal. Do you know any of your other placements, like your moon? I know that astrology has been so kind of put in a box where most people only worry about their sun, but there's a whole birth chart. Every one of us has one. Currently, babies being born are under different charts per second today, right? Every day. And you could have other placements. I especially want to know your rising signs if you know it, so that we can go over exactly what your purpose is with this new moon in Cancer. You're still learning, Crystal? All right, so you know what? I'm going to do this for everyone today. I do give free readings so that you can know, especially with important transits like this. And I'm going to drop, or on my bio is my Calendly, which you can book for a free reading. I give one placement reading, especially if it has to do with what's going on currently, right? So your rising is a Leo. My sun is Cancer. Okay, Chrissy Pure. Welcome. Thank you for the likes, y'all. We're almost at 1,000. We're only 3 minutes in. I appreciate y'all. My sun is in Cancer. Okay, so your sun is in Cancer and you have a Leo rising. Let's get right to it. I'm gonna switch the rising. Okay. Thank you, son. I love these sound effects. My son is in here, y'all, so he's hyping up his mom. I love him for it. Sending me all those gifts. Thank you, son. All right, so you have a Leo rising, Chrissy. Leo's in the first house, okay? You worry a lot about your self-appearance. You're not worry a lot, but you know that your self-appearance has to be like key priority, okay? Your body, your first impressions, your self-identity, right? So if you have Leo in the first house like you do, Chrissy, we're going to move to Cancer, which would be the 12th house. One house back, okay? So 12th house Cancer, do you want to know how you can manifest, or do you want to know the purposes? So if you have the moon in the 12th house, is what one of the perfect best places for manifestation with this moon, okay? Manifestation means bringing things into reality, bringing dreams into reality. The best places to have this moon in, the Cancer moon, is if you have Cancer in the 12th house or Cancer in the 11th house. Since you have Cancer in the 12th house, Chrissy, 12th house energy is endings, healings, closure, spirituality. So spirituality is definitely important for manifestations. If you tap into your own energies, you understand the difference of religion and spirituality, because religion is more about other entities and spirituality is more about understanding yourself, right? So the best way, and let me read this exactly because I have all my notes out and I want to make sure that everyone gets all the information they can have now. 12th house is also limiting beliefs. So new moons bring in new energies, Chrissy. So with you having the moon in the 12th house, you possibly could be ending some of those limiting beliefs. You could be wrapping up some things that are in your subconscious that you just they don't give you any value anymore. New moon is also, you've done with the releasing and now you're stepping into newer energy. So because the moon rules Cancer, Chrissy, because 12th house is ending, you have the power to be successful if you are doing Cancer type things, like ending some situations maybe at home, ending some, or forgiving, because 12th house is forgiveness too, forgiving some situations with feminine energy, like your mother. Sometimes Cancer placements have mother issues or other women issues. I'm spiritual. I'm a spiritual awakening. Do you mean I have a spiritual awakening? I have prophetic dreams. Yes, moons, the new moon and the full moon can bring lots of dreams, and I can feel others' emotions and energy. And here's the other thing. That's exactly where we're going with it. The other thing is that you have Cancer represents intuitiveness, and it's a water sign, so it's creative and it goes with the flow. It's a cardinal sign, which means it can be initiating and it can lead and move quickly, right? So if you were to want to manifest something new with you having Cancer in the 12th house, your emotions have to be kind of in order. You kind of have to end some of the heavy emotions you have. Yes, is this resonating, Chrissy? Cool. And also the 12th house means you have to kind of isolate yourself, okay? Having the moon is how we react to things. The moon is our emotions. It's where we feel safe. And sometimes the only best way to feel safe and end those overly emotions or limiting beliefs is, you were emotional today. I bet you were, because you know what? The moon is in Cancer. It's in its home. Cancer is
when we kind of get to a bottom, and I don't mean that in a negative.
That's one of my astrology teachers or people I learned from, Cam White. So what I was saying is that the moon being at home, it's extra moody today. If the moon rules Cancer, that's because Cancers are like the moody signs. They're intuitive, so they get in moods because they're changing signs. Every 2 days, the moon changes its sign, right? So the moon has been in Cancer since yesterday. It'll be at 25 degrees, which means at 29, after 29, it goes to 0 of Leo. So it changes tomorrow evening, actually, right after the new moon. The new moon is like midday, and then by late night, before the end of Monday, it'll be in Leo. So can you just imagine, Chrissy, you having all these feelings that you need to end because Cancer brings all the other signs' energies, just like all the water signs. Me as having a Scorpio sun, I have Scorpio and Venus. I feel a lot of different energies in people just by the body language, right? Or Pisces being the last sign, the 12th house being the last house, right? You feel everything from all the other placements, all the other signs, especially the water signs, and Pisces being a mutable sign like Sagittarius, Gemini, and Virgo. Okay, but not trying to go too far with it, but Cancer is just a lot of different moods. And the best way to get over or not, or to give yourself a break from all those moods and end your moodiness sometimes. Or, hi, the Dawn. Thank you for speaking. Good to see you. I'm trying to see, is that Dawn now? Thank you for saying hey. Thank y'all for all the likes, too. Thank you, Dawn. All right, so, Chrissy, what I recommend is that you manifest with this moon, especially tapping into your spirituality, but you have to kind of isolate yourself first and get your emotions together. Okay? If that makes sense. It does. I appreciate you, Chrissy. Thank you. I'm glad you know your risings. Did anybody else in the live know their rising signs? Protect your energy. Thank you, 250 Shades of Brown. I like that name. Yes, protect your energy always. Let's also mention, okay, that the moon in your 12th house, Chrissy, is going to be in across from your... So if you have Cancer in the 12th house, because you're a Leo, you have Cancer in the 12th house. Across from it is the 6th house, okay, where Capricorn is. And Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto is the planet of transformation. Pluto rules Scorpio, the other water sign, right? The planet of transformation is in Capricorn, which is opposing your 12th house, which would be your 6th house, 6 houses away, right? So you, Chrissy, are transforming your health. The 6th house is health. It's the house of systems and analytical nature, like giving advice to people. It's the house of work habits and service given to others. So some of those things are transforming because you have Cancer in the 12th house, you have Capricorn, and Pluto's in Capricorn opposing. Opposing means like it is working together, but somehow still not on the same page. Okay, like all the opposite signs, Cancer is opposite of Capricorn, so they work well together and sometimes they don't. That's the mother and father signs. Taurus is the opposite sign of Scorpio. Those are the money in the pocket or money in the bank signs, right? So I'm not going to go through all of them, but you're welcome, Chrissy. I'm not going to go through all of them, but the opposite signs create support as well as challenges. I'm a Gemini with mine. The Dawn, I need to know your rising signs in order to know your houses and where you have Cancer in. Okay. So if you do know your rising sign, if you don't, I wanted to try to look it up on my computer for y'all, but I would have to set it up and charge it, my laptop. But you are a teacher, Chrissy. You know what? Having Leo in the first house, let me see, your teacher house would be Sagittarius house. Chrissy, hit me up. Go on my, if you're not following me, please follow me and go on my, under my bio on TikTok is not only my website, but I'm setting that up. I have Cancer in the 10th house, which is the reputation and career and business. I'm just starting to bring my business back up. I just set up a website by myself. So I don't know how to connect my calendar, but I put both in my bio. So sign up for the free reading so that I can be organized and I can get this done for you. Free reading, I'll call you up. We'll talk for like 15, 30 minutes just to get some basic things that would be good for you to know right now, right this minute. All right, let's go. Your Saturn's in Sag. So Saturn in Sag is, Saturn is in Pisces right now, so yours is squaring. The Dawn, you're a teacher as well. I really wish I knew first grade. I used to teach first. I used to teach preschool mostly, 3rd grade and high school, 17 years. So what I was saying, the Dawn, is if you can go to astro-charts.com or even type in Google astrocharts.com, and if you know your time of birth, your place, and your date, of course, that's all you need. You can come back and tell me. It'll be worded as your ascendant, ASC, or it'll say rise. I think it says ASC or ascendant. Ascendant is the same thing as rising. Thank you, Empress, for the roses. Y'all are blowing a girl out today. So yeah, let's talk about your girl real quick until some of y'all put the rising signs you have in the chat so I can read. what's going on with you with this new moon. We also have the nodes switching tomorrow. Y'all know y'all seen my videos about the nodes. I know y'all seen me talk about the nodes, which are our destiny. Let me read to y'all exactly. Because, even though I've been studying birth charts and astrology since I was little, it's still so much to learn, and I don't have everything in memory, y'all. I have the basics in memory, but in order to give y'all the most clarifying information possible, especially for those of you who are new to astrology, Empress K, I can definitely read you. Either you can go to astrocharts.com, like I just sent the Dawn to get your rising, or if you know your rising, put it in the chat and I'll read you for this new moon on how you should manifest, okay? And then the nodes. So like we have a lot of cardinal energy right now. Let me just explain well. Cancer rising. Are you a Cancer rising, Empress? I was waiting for the Cancer rising. Are you a Cancer sun or are you a Cancer rising? There's a difference. Let me know. We just did Chrissy's and she was a Leo rising. You are a Cancer rising. Perfect. Let's get it. So, Cancer rising. This is my house chart, okay? The house chart is life's purposes. It's how you manifest the moon is what you use. The moon and Venus are the planets you manifest with. Venus, you manifest love, relationships, partnerships, money, okay? But the moon, you can manifest all those things as well, because the moon is where you feel safe. The moon is your emotions and how you react to things. But the moon is also the people, because all those things, all of us have emotions. So, all right, Cancer rising, because your moon is right in your first house, and your first house is how you appear, how you come across yourself, your ego, your first impressions to people. Empress, if you are a Sag sun, I see now. Excuse me, y'all. This one has an Aries moon, so she's very impulsive. Aries moon, so she's very impulsive. But all of us with cardinal placements are going to be super... But Milan, can I do my live? This is serious. Okay, thanks. That's my oldest child. So, yeah. Getting back to you, Empress. I hate when I'm distracted. I love my children, and that's my oldest child, so she's an adult. But anyway, she has an Aries moon, so she's... The big three, your sun, your moon, and your rising, are the most effective, as well as if you have the nodes in these cardinal signs too, and the houses we're going to talk about. But yeah, so you have Sag sun and Cancer rising. Sag sun is your beliefs. Sages are teachers, philosophical, global, positive, and then you have this Cancer rising where you can be a little bit isolated with yourself. First house energy, you can be a little bit more wanting to be at home and reserved, right, Empress? Okay. People's first impressions of you might be that you're a little bit standoffish. Cancers are crabs, so they want to be right, exactly. I was going to say that, Empress. Cancers are crabs, so they're like in their shells, okay? Just like the hermit crab, exactly. So with the first house, let me get my notes again, y'all, because I want to give the best reading possible, even if it's for free, because I want y'all to get this information and we can, chat and more and step into the elevation, because the new moon, again, the energies of the new moon are to step into new energies for the next 6 months, and then tied into the transformation coming from Pluto, opposing it in Capricorn, because Capricorn is the opposite sign of Cancer. The transformation coming from that. So if you have first house in Cancer, Empress, you have the 7th house in Capricorn. So Capricorn and Pluto and Capricorn is transforming everything you have in the 7th house, like your relationships, like your partnerships, like the way you are harmonious with others, equal with others. 7th house represents Libra, which is like people person. So like if you step into that Capricorn energy, if you your career is around having to help others, right? If your career is if you have a great reputation with others and partnerships that you have in some kind of way, that is transforming, especially with the new moon opposing it, because there's new energies coming in for that. You might have new partnerships. You might have even a new career where you have a great relationship with your boss. It's those kind of things. That makes sense? All right. So it says when you're manifesting with the house, the first house with this Cancer, by you being a Cancer rising, the person that has the first Cancer in the first house wants to love everyone and see expressing love is a part of their basic nature. So you can manifest, even though it's hard, I guess, because Cancers are, some standoffish. Most water signs are. This is how you manifest, because it's generally expressing yourself and your love and nurturing for yourself, which would come across to others as they could be treated that way too. Does that make sense? Let me know. Thank you for knowing your risings. Again, if you're in here and you don't know your rising sign, please go to astrocharts.com. I'm gonna put a what do you call it? A calculator, an astrology calculator on my website that I just opened again. Wow, we still have some people in here. Wow. I think my son came and dropped all these likes, and some of y'all did too. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Empress. And now I'm up to 1,000, but I only got 3 in here, so let me keep y'all busy. And I know others will come in and out, so thank y'all for staying and hanging here with me. But me personally, I want to go into my story just a little bit on how I have Cancer in the 10th house, because I'm a Libra rising. So again, my rising, I had this backdrop based on my rising. I don't know if y'all can see. This is the Libra house, so it starts here. So I would be going this way, which is my Virgo house in the 12th, Leo in the 11th. I have Cancer in the 10th. Okay, so right now, the moon and the sun are in my 10th house. So for me, this new moon has stepped me into the energies of bossing up. Okay, I've been more successful with working on my business than what this Venus retrograde is going to happen next Saturday is trying to pull me into, which is talking to exes and entertaining debates with them and rendezvous with them. I just don't want. You're welcome, Empress. And if you need to know any more, you still can get a free reading that I can be more focused on and not be doing a whole lot by hitting the Calendly. It's called Calendly, and booking your free reading. And I have that in my bio under my picture here on TikTok. So yeah, being that I have the sun, which is your overall energy, the sun is your ego. It's the way you express your boldness, your braveness. Even though I have the sun and the moon, where I feel safe and stuff in my career, in my career house, I feel like this new energy coming in is catapulting me. It's pushing me forward to do more for my business and focus my energies on that. I don't know if you all noticed, but I like to debate. That's because I have Aries in the South Node on my personal birth chart. And with the node switching tomorrow too in Aries and Libra, we got all the cardinal signs doing something. We got the new moon in Cancer. We got Pluto opposing the new moon in Cancer and Capricorn. And we got the nodes switching from Taurus and Scorpio to Libra and Aries tomorrow. Okay? That's a big deal too, because wherever the nodes are in your house, wherever your Aries and Libra house placements are, is where the nodes are going to be. So tomorrow, I'm going to be being affected by already having this on my birth chart, but in reverse, right? So I'm so much of a people person that I put more energy into others than I do myself. And I got to set boundaries. I'm telling you all my story because I have to express how if you tap into some of these energies, it's very beneficial for you if you know how to do it, right? Which is why I give free readings, because I do want y'all to, in the future, be possible clients, but I also want people just to know how to utilize their energies in more positive, more elevating, more uplifting ways. So as soon as I realized that I have the sun and the moon, my emotions and my expressions in my career house, I put all that energy into building my website this weekend that just is getting ready to end, right? I have Capricorn in the Cancer house, in the 4th house, which means I'm still working from home and giving my home a lot more care and special touches, whatever you want to call it, because these 2 houses are switched as well, just like the nodes are for me. And I have to use those energies in the best way possible for comfort in my own home, for comfort in the work that I do. And with the nodes, it's for self-identity and relationships. So I have to put relationships with some on the back burner. Not talking about any of you all, because I'm happy to be online friends with many of you. But I have to tap more into self-identity, me personally, because I'm going to have the Aries North Node in my 7th house of relationships. And I'm going to have the South Node, which is the past, which is where we're comfortable, but we need to release that in the 1st house. So I'm comfortable with how I present myself to others, but I could do better with self-care so that all the things I have in the Capricorn house are taken care of. Like, if I keep this up, if I put more energy into how I'm going to be identifying myself as an astrologer instead of a worker bee at the job that I have, that I do love, but it's time for me to change up my career, my reputation in this world. And this is how I am comfortable doing. Does that make sense? Those of you who are still here, I appreciate y'all that are still here. Thank you, and still hit the like, please. Welcome back, Chrissy. All right, so what else did I want to talk about? I figured that hopefully some of those who I sent off to get their rising signs, but I could go through some of these. Let's do, if you have, well, I told you mine. I have Libra, so I've already done Libra risings. We've done Cancer risings. We've done Leo risings. Let's do Capricorn risings. So if you have Capricorn in the 1st house, you would have Cancer in the 7th house, which means if you intuitively feel like your relationship is, these are for Capricorn risings, if you intuitively feel like your relationship is needing something new, needing more oomph, it's like you would want to nurture that. You would want to be creative with it. You would want to be creative with any partnerships at this time that you come across. You would want to develop contracts that are beneficial to you and others. If you have a Capricorn rising, Capricorn represents, business and authority, masculine energy, father energy, those kind of leadership, because Capricorn and Cancer and Aries and Libra are all leadership type of, they initiate things. They initiate the seasons. Aries initiates the zodiac sign. Libra initiates relationships. Capricorn initiates business. And Cancer initiates home. So when I say home, I'm talking about like family and roots and a lot of self-care things too. It also represents your emotions. So initiating some emotions to come out and release with Cancer too. So where was I? Cancer in the 7th house. If you're a Capricorn rising, that means you have Cancer in the 7th house. You also want to, matter of fact, let me go to my notes. Okay, you think companionship is your ultimate goal if you are Capricorn rising and you have Cancer in the 7th house. So seeking balance in your union with others, aligning them with the skills that you have, being a Capricorn rising, the wisdom you have and the knowledge you have with people who surpass you in other areas. This can help you manifest with others and be extremely mutual and beneficial. So if you do have a Capricorn rising, or you know someone who does, or if you watch this video later and you say, oh, she's talking about Capricorn risings, you have it in the 7th house. The best way to manifest with this new moon in Cancer, you have Cancer in the 7th house, is to partner up and seek some wisdom from your partner in order to better your business and your career. All right, let's do Aries rising, because Aries risings, we're doing all the cardinal signs, and then if anybody comes back in, we'll see if they have comments, and then we'll move on with the other rising signs. I'm kind of going out of order. I'm doing the cardinals first, then I'll do the fixed, and then I'll do the mutable. All right, so Aries rising, that means you are going around the house system the way it's set up. Okay, so Aries is the first sign. First house is the Aries house. That means you take, Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is currently in Virgo, which is why I'm getting a little bit more organized and taking action. Mars is action. Mars is your impulsivity, which is why my daughter, who has a moon in Aries, she's very impulsive, but that helps her feel secure. If she's not, you know, or hey y'all, you know, like she was in the camera, then she is, you have a Leo sun. So 250 shades of brown. I need you to know your rising, please. And the only way I can find is if I put it in my calculator. But if you could put it in a calculator and come back and let me know what your rising is, that would be great. Astrocharts.com, ASTROCHARTS.com. Astrocharts gonna have to start giving me some money, because I be sending them a lot of people. But it's a free chart. It just tells you, if you don't know how to read all your placements, that's when you come back and ask me. But it's gonna say your sun is in Leo. It's gonna say you have a moon in a sign. It's gonna say you have Mercury, Mars, all the planets in a sign. And at the bottom of the list, it's gonna say your ascendant, ASC. That is what I need. ASC, ascendant, is another word for rising sign. Okay, so please get that for me, and I will definitely be able to tell you what's up. 250 shades of brown. All right, so we were talking about Aries risings. So if you have Aries in the first house, your second house would be Taurus. What's after Taurus? Gemini. What's after Gemini? Cancer. So you would have it in the 4th house, which is the Cancer house. Anyway, Aries risings are pretty easy, because Aries risings start the house system off with their own house. So everything goes in order. So Aries risings, if you have Cancer in the 4th house, you are manifesting with self-care, nurturing, and feminine energy. Let's read. 4th house, the person that, so again, new moon means new energy. You have Cancer, you have the Cancer new moon. If you are Aries rising in the, excuse me, in the 4th house. So this person, Cancer in the 4th house person, feels that one's home should be a place of overflowing with love. Use the home as a sanctuary to manifest. Thanks. Oh, 720, you came back, so let me know if you know, and I'm going to check in a second. So if you have Aries rising, you have Cancer in the 4th house, you're going to use the home as a sanctuary to manifest. Many of your manifestations will come through being in your home, doing your spiritual work, using your intuition. If you do not have any, if you do not have a home to yourself yet, especially when I was homeless, y'all. Definitely been through everything out here in 45, almost 46 years. Everywhere I laid my head, I had to make it my home. I'm not an Aries rising, but I'm the opposite of Aries rising. I'm a Libra rising, so I have Cancer in the 10th house. So I had to make everywhere my home to feel special. I know that my mother has an Aries rising. She has kept a lot of her homes for a long period of time. The only time we had a home for only 3 years was when we lived in an apartment, because she wanted to always live in a house. So she kept the house nice. She, I can say easily, my mother manifested a lot of, she even manifested the homes just by having a clean home, having a home that was something that she kept us feeling safe in. I'm the only child, but my kids and I live with her on and off. So 250 shades of, hey 720, 250 shades of brown hasn't come back yet. I thought it was. I read that wrong. I thought he came back in. All right, so I've done Aries rising. Let's see. Taurus rising would mean you have Cancer after Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. So you have Cancer in the third house. The third house is the Gemini house, the communication house, the house of siblings, the house of duality, the house of mind and thinking, knowledge, early knowledge, like the basics. It says Pisces, perfect. Give me a minute to go over Taurus rising, and then I'll get to Pisces rising for you. And that's important because that's a water sign like Cancer is. So we're going to dig into that really quick. But Taurus rising, you have Cancer in the third house. So manifesting with the third house would have to do with a lot of thinking and communication and the knowledge you have. So if you are a Taurus rising, the new moon would be in your third house, and this person needs to continually interact and communicate, often in the most, like in unorthodox places like clubs, adult clubs, gatherings, and in front of an audience. The best way to manifest would be listening to others and understanding them, which would help you get to your personal higher self. And because you're learning and teaching, it would feel good and exciting to help others manifest as well. That is for Taurus risings. All right, let's do Pisces risings, because 250 shades of brown came right on back and did his homework. I appreciate you. All right, so Pisces is the last sign. So if you're a Pisces rising, like you are, 250 shades, you want to tell me your name, or would you like me to keep calling you your TikTok name? I'm Z, by the way, y'all. I am Z, short for Zakia. And y'all can call me Z. Some people call me TMZ, which is my acronym for Teaching Everyone Abundantly, Empowering Many, Zakia Enlightening Every Day. All right, Trey, perfect. All right, Trey. So you are Pisces rising. Pisces is the last sign, so this would be your Aries house, the second house, your third house, and I don't know if you all can see this. I'm going to read it for you anyway. Third house would be Taurus. Fourth house would be Gemini. Fifth house would be your Cancer house. Fifth house, that's the Leo house. So the fifth house is the romance house, the love, the play, the desires, the creativity, the childlike energy, and the self-expression and drama. So if you have Cancer in the fifth house, you are stepping into new energies with this and nurturing them. Okay, you are possibly stepping into new love, but hold off on that, because if you are not already in a relationship, you don't want to start new relationships, because we're also having Venus retrograde at the end of this week, and Venus is the planet of love, and it's retrograding, meaning that we're learning lessons in love. We're ending some things. We're not valuing some things. So hold off on the love piece of having Cancer in the first house, because I know Cancers, like all the water signs, can be so emotionally in love and so so in depth with love. But you know, if you are a Leo sun, Trey, then this still could be, you know, something that you aspire for. Let me know. But otherwise, there could be new kids in your life. There could be somewhere where you are able to express yourself more with this new moon. And then the fifth house, the best way to manifest some of these new things of the fifth house. And again, Cancer and Leo, they're neighbor signs. So Cancer is cardinal, and cardinal means you're starting new things, you're initiating new things. You just got out of a relationship. Okay, so enjoy so did I. Trey, and we're just going to enjoy stepping into newer things, but not the relationships right now, okay? At least not until September, October. Enjoy your summer. But I would say that the best way to manifest, and I'm reading this now, with this Cancer new moon. Oh, that's what I was saying. The cardinal signs, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. The cardinal signs are leaders, and they move through things quickly, and they manifest with this new moon in Capricorn. I'm sorry, new moon in Cancer. All the cardinal signs, anywhere you have Cancer, Capricorn, so you have Cancer in the 5th house, you have Capricorn in the 11th house, which is a great place to manifest too, because that's the hopes and wishes house. That's also the friendship house. But anyway, if you are nurturing something with Cancer, you are with this new moon, you're starting the new energy of nurturing it and focusing on it, because that's where you can manifest. That's where you can see, with every new moon we can manifest, but we don't manifest the same things every new moon. So some people want to manifest love all the time. It doesn't work with this moon per se. If we were talking about Venus, and if we were talking about Taurus or Libra, even Leo, those are some of the love signs, even Scorpio. But right now, Cancer is more about taking care of home, taking care of self, taking care of family. That makes sense? Uh-oh, I froze up? I froze up? Where did I freeze up? Or did you freeze up? It says you just joined again, Trey. Okay. Let me keep going though, because 5th house means you manifest with fun and majesty in your life, in your love life. Glamour, creativity, self-expression, play and drama are all important in a perfect love. So I don't know if this is why you might have stepped out of the relationship. Not stepped out like meaning you cheated, but maybe you couldn't express yourself or be creative much. But this helps you manifest because your attention comes from glamour, creativity, and self-expression. Opportunities, scenarios, and good fortune come to you when you are seen for who you are by the right people. And the new moon is so much about just nurturing yourself. So because 5th house means, you expressive trait, if you nurture yourself so that you can be expressive, or if you get around the right people who are interested in your expression, then maybe on later that relationship will come if you want to. Hey, Melanin B. Trey, I hope you heard that, because this you say I froze up. Yikes. All right. Pisces rising is done. I'm going to put all these to the side that we've done. We've done all the cardinal signs. We've done Taurus for the fixed signs. We've done Pisces for the mutable signs. Let's get back to the fixed signs. Let's do our Scorpio risings, because, child, the relationship I just got out of, Trey, was with a Scorpio rising, and I'm a Libra rising. Scorpio risings. That means you have Sagittarius in the 2nd house. You have Capricorn in the 3rd house. You have Aquarius in the 4th house. We have to go all the way around. We have Pisces in the 5th house. You have Aries in the 6th house, Taurus in the 7th house, Gemini in the 8th house. You would have Cancer in the 9th house if you are a Scorpio rising, and if you all know your signs. Melanin B, I know you're a Taurus rising. I literally just did yours. All right. 9th house, Cancer. That's the Sagittarius house. 9th house, Cancer would have to be new energies or new beginnings with travel, new beliefs, new higher education, or new learning, new teaching. Sagittarius, 9th house is the education house, the house of teachers and philosophers. And it's also the house of religion. It's also a house of spirituality. So with having Cancer in the 9th house, how would you manifest with this new moon? This person needs to be free to explore, period. Need to be able to travel to other places, other countries. My teacher, shout out to Sunny motherfucking Money. He is my astrology teacher, my coach. He also helps me with astrology for businesses. which I'm trying to learn so I can teach you all as well. And he said that if we are in America, which most of you all watching are, if you are in America, thank you for the likes. Trey, you're back. Did you hear what I said about yours? If not, hit the YouTube thing and go back and fast forward. Please, but because I moved on to Scorpio risings now. But yeah, my coach, Sunny motherfucking Money, told me that because we know Pluto, well, some of us in astrology know Pluto is having its return, meaning that America is breaking down. A lot of the large corporations are dysfunctional. And the important thing about this Cancer new moon, alongside the node switching tomorrow, is that Aries is new and initiating new energies, new ideas, right? New approaches to life. That's what I'm trying to say, because that's first house energy. That's Aries energy, the first sign of the zodiac, the leader sign, right? The brave heart, the pioneer. And with the node switching, our relationships, and I know I put the new moon aside for a second, our relationships with the large corporations, with the government even, are wrapping up. Okay, we are not feeling it anymore. We are into new people. We're into people's ideas. We're into leaders that are not from big corporations or haven't been leaders for decades, and they're outdated, and we don't value what they're giving us anymore, you know? So just wanted to point that out there, because having Cancer in the ninth house of your Scorpio rising, you manifest with knowledge and traveling and seeing the world and broaden your horizons and going to foreign places and meeting foreign people, because the chokehold that America's had on us for so long, we don't know nothing else. Unfortunately, I know someone, I don't know her rising, but she's a Pisces sun, and she has not left the neighborhood, y'all. Maybe just to go up to the mall, like about 2 miles up, but that's it. And a lot of us have this, especially after COVID-19 hit. A lot of us are really nervous about socializing and getting out to places. And it'd be really beneficial if we step into some new energy using our cardinal houses and placements. All right. So if you are Scorpio rising, this can completely alter your understanding, and the manifestation is more powerful because your beliefs can be altered with the places you've gone and the people you've met and the knowledge you've stepped into. All right. That is Scorpio risings. We have 5 more to go. Let's do. I feel like I did Leo, but I didn't. I did do Leo. I did Leo first. Yep. So we have 4 more. Let's wrap up the fixed signs with Aquarius. You got kicked out, Trey? Okay, so you missed a lot, Trey. I don't even know if you heard all yours. I don't know if you heard all me doing the Pisces rising. So I have the YouTube link, and I'm going to post this on YouTube tomorrow. It'll be up there tomorrow midday, right when the new moon hits. So you can check out how you need to manifest if you missed it. Thank you for coming back, though, and thank y'all for liking, and thanking y'all for still being here. Next time, we're going to be in a whole new moon. Yeah, but I mean, like, if you do have time, like, I appreciate you being here now and taking your time with me. If you do have the time, please go visit my YouTube channel and just fast forward to the part where I was talking to you, Troy. All right. It will probably be around, I want to say like 42 minutes, because I've been on here since 10 and it's 10:48. And I'm going to wrap this up in 2 minutes. We got 4 more signs to do. All right, if you are an Aquarius rising, y'all, with this new moon, Aquarius would put you, this would be the Pisces house, Aries house, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer would be in your 6th house. So Aquarius risings, is that right, y'all? Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Yep, Cancer will be in the 6th house. All right, so Aquarius risings. If you have Cancer in the 6th house, that's the health house, the fitness house, the pets house, your work habits, the service you give to others, the way you're organized. Mars is right here in this house right now currently, and that is why I'm getting a little bit slowing down with these. We're in a time right now, y'all, and I'm all over the place because I'm trying to think more about Aquarius is the weird sign. It's like I really want to hit this one on the nose, and that's why I have notes so I can read it and be more clarifying. But the 6th house and Aquarius are tough for me to talk about. So let me slide this down, trying to load some gifts. Thank you. Thank you, Trey. I appreciate you. Follow me, I'll follow you back if I already haven't followed you. All right, so I forgot where I was going, but let's do Aquarius in the 6th house. So Aquarius is a fixed air sign. Okay, Aquarius are the water bearers. So we're talking about a water sign. Cancer is a water sign, but Aquarius is an air sign, but it is the water bearer. So it like transfers the water. Aquarius is right before Pisces, so it's like transferring the energy, communicating the energy between air and water. So it's in an earth sign, Cancer. If you have an Aquarius rising, Cancer's in the 6th sign, the 6th house, which is the earth house, the Virgo house. So having it in the 6th house would put you with new energy or new pets, new health regimens. Again, Cancer represents self-awareness and self-care and care for your home, your family. Your whole family could need to be on a health regimen if you are an Aquarius rising with Cancer in the 6th house. Your whole family could, your home could need reorganization. Your home could need some new pets. The 6th house with Cancer in it, with the new moon in Cancer in the 6th house for Aquarius risings. The way you manifest is that you need to be a compulsive caretaker. Okay, you will select those who need help, maybe in your family, or this is a good placement for doctors, nurses, therapists. Therapist is also good for 8th house as well. But the workplace will hold a special place in your heart. You use the energy to create bonds with people who teach you how to manifest things like money, success, and happiness, okay? All the earth signs are about money. All the water signs are about emotions. So this is Cancer, your emotions, your intuitiveness, and how you come across the people that need your help, that can also help you in some ways too. Give to receive, receive to give. You manifest by improving yourself directly from your relationships with the service you give to others. So that is for Aquarius rising. The new moon is in your 6th house. Oh Lord, I'm almost done. No, there's nothing on your back. Okay. My daughter always wants to come in here. We still got people in here. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Trey. Trey, you just got the number 2 badge. Hey, Sharon just joined. All right, I appreciate all the gifts. Thank you. So yeah, we said you had Cancer in the we said you had Cancer in the 5th house, right? I see you. I see you stepping into your new energy with being loving, playful, nurturing, and self-expressive. I appreciate that, Trey. All right, so we're going to do Sagittarius. I'm almost ready to wrap this up, y'all. Sagittarius risings. My daughter's a Gemini rising, and I'm going to do hers next. Her boyfriend, we were just talking about this today. He's a Sagittarius rising, so they have opposite rising signs. All right, and their sun is an Aquarius rising. All right, so we just did his. All right, so Sagittarius risings, you would have Cancer in the, let's see, you have Capricorn in the second house, which means you have Cancer in the eighth house. That was easy. So Sagittarius risings, eighth house is the Scorpio house. Sagittarius risings, you have Cancer in the eighth house, which means you are nurturing intimacy. You are nurturing and stepping into new joint ventures with people, partners, resources. Okay, Scorpio is money in the pocket. I'm sorry, Scorpio is money in the bank, while Taurus is money in the pocket. So Scorpio, the Scorpio house, the eighth house, has to do with your partner's resources, your joint business ventures with others. Okay, so Sagittarius risings with Cancer in the eighth house, you are starting some new possible partnerships, starting some new money ventures with others. Could be intimate relationships, but again, we all are staying away from relationships at this time. If you're already in a relationship, build it up. Step into some new energy with it, especially tapping into these houses wherever you have Cancer in. All right. We're going to do Venus retrograde in through the houses with the rising signs on Friday. I did not come on this past Friday because I'm human too. I'm going through these energies too. And let me tell you, I have no idea what's going to happen with us all tomorrow with these, even if we don't have any planets, sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, any of those in the cardinal signs, but we all do. Thank you again for the roses, Trey. We have them in all the houses. We all have cardinal placements, okay? And when the new moon hits tomorrow afternoon and then the nodes switch right after that, all of us are going to go through some significant changes. And I'm going to come back on Wednesday to talk about those changes when me and all of us, all of y'all, all of us have gone through them, okay? So that's why I have to push the Venus retrograde, because Venus retrograde doesn't happen until Saturday, so we have time to do it on Friday. But yeah, I've been going through some heavy energies. Let me just talk about that really quick and then we'll wrap up. Let me finish Sagittarius and then we'll wrap up. I'll talk about what the energies have been and then we'll wrap up with Virgo and Gemini. All right, so having Cancer in the eighth house, this person needs deep and intense emotional bonding. Intimacy is paramount and attachments are deep and often psychic. Scorpio energy. Having a deep connection comes from you through manifesting a relationship with yourself first. Listen, Cancer is about self-care, and if you have Cancer in the eighth house, the best way to manifest is to manifest that relationship with yourself. I wish I had Cancer in the eighth house. I'm manifesting it through my work, but it's still rewarding. All right. You have a relationship with yourself where you trust yourself, therefore you trust others. That's big. That's big for the Sagittarius risings. I'm gonna let my we were talking about this a little bit, but my daughter's boyfriend, I'm gonna let him know too, because you have to make sure you're building bridges with others or you cannot bond with eighth house, Cancer in the eighth house, okay, which is what is needed to function in your life. The only way you can manifest is if you trust yourself first. Intimately love yourself, not, nothing freaky. It could be, but building the bridges and connections will only work if you are trusting yourself first. Because if you don't trust yourself, you can't trust others. If you don't love yourself, you can't love others. If you don't take care of yourself, because nobody else gonna take care of you, you can't take care of others. All right, that's Sagittarius. So before I go on to Gemini in the first house, which will make Cancer in the second, let's slow down real quick. The energies with Aries right now, the node switching tomorrow. Aries is going into the north node of destiny, okay? Our destiny, our hey, you, my first as gifter. My son was in here gifting me earlier. I appreciate both of you. A few other people came through and gifted me too. All right, so, and thank you for still being here, Trey. But let me tell y'all, the Aries North Node is going to help us step into more self-identifying. That's what I've been talking about a lot with this new moon in Cancer, okay? The new moon in Cancer is going to help us nurture ourselves more too. So we're doing a lot more for self with cardinal signs. Aries is about being a leader, but it's also, you can only be a leader to others you can only be a leader to others by being a leader to yourself, by being brave. You know, sometimes you have to be aggressive. Okay. The Libra energy is more falling back, releasing more of the need to help others, need to fix others. I'm definitely talking to myself because I have the Libra North Node. I have been a people person, worried about others. And if I'm worried about others, when am I going to be worried about myself? This is the energy that's stepping in. The Capricorn energy is figuring out if your career, your reputation needs some retweaking, needs some transformation with Pluto, the planet of transformation in Capricorn, opposing the nurturing energy we're giving ourselves. Okay, this is what happened, and I just posted this right before I came on live. I'm a manager of some sort, so I manage caseloads and for people with disabilities, and one of the supervisors, so the managers and supervisors like work in a cohort, in a partnership, right? One of the supervisors quit, and he said his last day is going to be on Tuesday. Instead of a 2-week notice, he gave us a 2-day notice. But listen, this is the energy. You're going to have a lot of people that you probably know switching up their careers at this time, transforming them into something they want. Like, I like my job. I love the people I work with, but I definitely want to step out of the job and be more of the business owner and make money in my own business instead of working for others. The Libra energy is based on relationships. So with Venus, who rules Libra and Taurus, Venus going into retrograde, relationships is the main thing, the main pillar. So we got home with the Cancer new moon energy. We got work with the Capricorn new moon energy or career. We have self-identity with the Aries energy. And then we have relationships. Those are 4 huge things that everybody in this world thinks about on a daily basis. Who doesn't think about relationships all day? What they have with, I'm not just talking about intimate relationships or boyfriend and girlfriend, girlfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend and boyfriend. I'm talking about relationships with your family, relationships with celebrities, relationships with the government, relationships with your coworkers, your associates, your acquaintance. All those relationships are under review right now. All of them. If you're not breaking up with people, there's something that still is under review. If you're getting married right now, or know somebody that's getting married, that's new energy. And I'm not saying that anything is going to be happening bad to anybody getting married. I'm just saying the new energy is going to bring in new marriages in a new kind of way. And it's going to be something that you're going to have to review to keep the longevity of the marriage. You're going to have to put in the work, which is what the Pluto and Capricorn in retrograde transformation is going to be giving. Okay. The self-identity piece with Aries in the North Node, then I'm going to wrap this up and get back to the last 2 signs. The Aries energy with the North Node squaring, so it's going to be the Aries North Node at 29 degrees when it switches. Right now it's at 0 degrees of Taurus in 10 minutes. So the minutes are not the same like minutes on a clock. 10 minutes will be like less than a day. Okay, less than a day, it'll move from 0 degrees of Taurus to 29 degrees of Aries because the nodes retrograde. The nodes go backwards. Just like when the planet is in retrograde, it appears to be going backwards in the degrees. The nodes are always in retrograde, always going backwards. So the North Node would be switching from Taurus to Aries and be going into 29 degrees. Pluto's at 29 degrees because it's in retrograde because it just left Aquarius where it was for only 2 months. We've been in Pluto and Capricorn since 2008. I'm going to talk about that another day because so many things have happened that are restricting and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is the discipline and restriction planet. So Saturn is ruling Pluto right now. But there's transformation in the restriction of Pluto being in Capricorn. And the reason it's in retrograde is because we need to release and review and redo and reevaluate those energies. Okay, but with the new moon and with the nodes moving into Aries, self-identity is the key thing right now. Worry about thyself. If thyself is not okay, nobody's going to be okay. But the flip side of it is the North Node is your destiny. It's the energy you want to go into. It's your future life, your future self. It's the challenges, but challenges are good to evolve, right? One thing about the North Node being in Aries is that it still can be some of those Aries energies that are not so elevating, like impulsive, okay, like debating, like aggressive. Sometimes being aggressive gets you things, but sometimes it can get you the wrong things, right? So I notice a lot of the energy, especially in the truther world, is a debate right now between truthers. It's not even truthers and what we call like sleep sheep. It's the truthers saying who is right and who is wrong. Who, with this movie Sound of Freedom, I don't have to watch it, so I don't want anybody going off on me later when you see this about this movie. I don't have to watch it because right now I'm self-caring. Right now I'm self-identifying. I don't have to identify with whatever that movie is about. I know the children need to be saved, and I'm going to take my own action after I save myself, okay? I'm also taking my own action in my own house. So this is where the Libra North Node will take effect, okay? And we're going to get a lot more into this because we have 18 months of the nodes being in Libra and Aries. We're just wrapping up the 18 months of them being in Taurus and Scorpio since January 2022. We're going into January 2025 with the Aries in Libra North Node and South Node. So the Libra North Node is where we've already been, where we're comfortable. I'm currently reading The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need by Joanna Wolf. I just heard about that. I didn't know the author, but I just heard about that book. I can't remember who told me about that. Tell me about it. I might check it out if it's good. So the nodes are, the South Node is like what we're releasing and what we're just been too comfortable in. It's our past life, what we already done. And by it being in Libra, we've already supported people who don't deserve our support. We've already tried to balance our energies, but sometimes it's time to tip the scale. So that's the Aries energy, right? That's the Aries energy is like tip the scale, be aggressive, or you're not going to get nowhere. Not everybody's on your team. Not everybody's down to be harmonizing. And that's the Libra South Node. Like, it's okay to be about people. It's okay, especially about people in your own communities, in your own, the first people you met here on this earth is the Aries. The first people you met on the earth. The first person you met on this earth other than your mother was yourself. Oh, here I am. Oh, like my grandson who was 6 months discovering himself because he didn't know, he's a baby. Oh, I have hands. Oh, I have feet. Oh, this is my mouth. Oh, I can touch this. You know what I'm saying? Discover yourself. That's what the self-identity is about. The others will be fine. They got to do the same thing. The others will be fine. So we got to start setting boundaries. We got to start valuing the relationships we're in and not just following the status quo. All right? And I'm going to get off my high horse about that because we're going to talk more about the nodes as we come into it. We can talk more about it on Wednesday too. Got so much going on. I think Wednesday is like the day when Sun and Pluto square each other too. Because the Sun in Cancer is almost close to 29 degrees of Pluto, and then that's like the planet closest to us where we're expressing ourselves and we're trying to nurture ourselves with it being in Cancer and be intuitive and all this. And here comes Pluto transforming it and rebirthing it and burning it down in the ashes, and then you come back up a whole new person. So it's a lot of energies. I'm trying to tell y'all, by the time this week is over, y'all gonna probably be in my DMs. And I want you there because I want us, 500 pages, you said, Trey? The paperwork lettering could be better. Gotta read with lighting. Oh, it's one of those. Okay, I still might check it out. Did you get it from the library? 500 pages, that sounds expensive. You love my energy, I appreciate it. All right, so Gemini risings. You have Gemini in the first house, which means the sign right after Gemini is Cancer. So you'd have Cancer in the second house. Cancer in the second house is the money house. You want to nurture your work, your income, how you feel secure. You want to intuitively tap into your work ethic, your daily routines, your habits. And with second house manifesting, Gemini risings, you're already very communicative as a first impression. You know, people, you can talk to them for hours. But if you have Cancer in the second house, you could be a little bit materialistic only because the second house is the money house and you're nurturing money before love. And that's fine because right now we all could use both, but money will always be there. Sometimes love ain't. Amazon, $25, bet. Thank you. I might even be able to get that on my Prime for cheaper. I appreciate you. I'm going to check that out because I got a lot of books here, but I would love to have a lot more. I like to get different perspectives on things, so I appreciate you for that. So yeah, Cancer in the second house means instead of manifesting what you can practice in making investments in yourself and others, you're trusting the universe will supply you with your needs at all times. Otherwise, it will not. So a lot of manifesting with the second house is just, especially with Cancer, is intuitively trusting that you got this, that you will be okay, that the money will come. The money will come if you put it in your daily routines with the second house. Anything will come if you make it a daily routine. I make it right now, currently, that I've gotten past the love issues. I think I have Scorpio in the second house. So, I can make money via intimacy. But I'm not going to go down there. Don't think nothing of that, what I just said. But I feel like with Cancer, I know with Cancer in the second house, you're more nurturing with how you're going to be more routine with how you get your money and making investments. And that is Gemini rising. Last we got Virgo rising. We did the Mercury ruled signs last. Gemini and Virgo are in Mercury ruled signs. Currently Mercury is in Cancer. I'm sorry. Mercury is in Leo. Mercury and Venus right above me are in Leo. So Mercury is getting ready to move to its home sign in Virgo. I think by next week. Like next Wednesday. Not this coming Wednesday, but the week after. All right. We have Virgo in the first house, which would make... Oh. I wish I could count this fast, y'all. Virgo in the first house. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer is in the 11th house. Right? I could have went backwards. Leo, Cancer. All right, so Cancer in the 11th house. Let's wrap this up. The 11th house is the other very lucky house to have to have the Cancer new moon in. The other best house to manifest. So the 12th house of spirituality is the best house to manifest in. Ashe, all my sons said Ashe and I missed it. 11:11. It's 11:12 now. DJ, you still here? I appreciate it. I'm wrapping it up. So the 11th house is the other best house to have this new moon in Cancer in, because the 11th house is the house of hopes and dreams. It's also the house of friends. It's also the house of technology, humanitarianism, groups, and social awareness. I have Leo in the second house. I actually have Venus. I'm sorry, this is the 11th house. I actually have Venus in my 11th house right now. And Mercury too. But if you have the new moon in Cancer in the 11th house, you can manifest using your hopes and wishes. I see somebody just just visited my site. Thank you if you came from this live. I get notifications when you all join, when you all visit the site. DJ, son, are you still here? I want you to check out the website, because you are doing those kind of things, right? IT. in your future, I need you to help me on my website. Somebody from Saudi Arabia visits the website. Okay, thank y'all. GetALifeAstrology.com. G-I-D-A. Mercury's not even in retrograde yet, and I'm tongue twisted. It's in retrograde as of August. But GIDALYFE astrology.com, just like the name of the TikTok channel. We say Ashe on all repeated angel numbers like 11, 11, 10, 10. So my son just put Ashe, which means and so it is. All right, so let's wrap it up. 11th house, manifesting with Cancer, the Cancer new moon in the 11th house, is that this person needs to love everyone equally and altruistically. I'm not sure if I said that word right. Meaning uniquely and individually. Individuality is important to you, but finding the way you can be unique and individual and having your own individual self in groups. So this is the house also of wishes in astrology, which in my opinion is more powerful than a manifestation. So your wishes can be for humanity to be more nurturing, more self-caring. And you don't really have to manifest that with the moon. You can do that any old time. Oh, I got some comments about that. See, this is why I'm changing this. This is why I'm changing this channel into kind of full astrology, and I'm gonna go back to one of my old pages for the truth, because people are really debating about that Freedom movie. Listen, anything on the screen is telling lies to your vision. So let's self-care and stop worrying. I'm not even gonna go there, but I just saw a comment that kind of tried to throw me off. But having Cancer in the 11th house is, you can use this house by just writing what you want. You don't have to have the Cancer, because the Cancer new moon is over in 3 days. Like, the energies are going to be disseminating. I forgot how you say it. Hey, alien superstar. Welcome. I'm wrapping it up. I need to start this at 11 sometimes, y'all. The hardcover is $150, Trey. Ooh, I thought you said it was $25. All right. But yeah, alien superstar. Why did I call you alien goddess? I'm reading what you said. Alien superstar, I'm getting ready to wrap this up. I just we're talking about the new moon in Cancer. It's tomorrow in the middle of the day. You heard about Carl Slip, right? The Clinton's donor cat, and that's why we're all debating. It's crazy how this Aries North Node energy is impulsively and aggressively coming in with a bang. It's not even here yet. We got a couple more hours, but literally everybody's turning into debaters. Debaters. I mean, like, we used to be, the truthers used to debate with the sleep sheep, the unconscious, right? And now it's the truthers debating on who's right and who's wrong. And, you know, like, this is why I teach astrology. This is why I'm trying to not to push it on anyone, but just to get people to realize that we can put our energy in so many other things. Debating about a movie is like, I don't know. I don't even know what I want to say, but it's like it's wasted energy. It's wasted energy. It's are the children being saved by us debating, you know? How are the children in your immediate families and your community doing? You know, worry about what's present right here and now. I don't even think the movie, I don't have to watch it, because a lot of people are like, well, watching it, you'll understand. I don't have to watch it. What I have to watch is my children and my household and the children in this community. And that's who I suggest that we all watch. I suggest we all watch our own immediate circles. And that way, no children should be left behind. If we all just watch our immediate circles. How am I going to watch some children that I don't know where they are? They totally disappear. Like, focus, everybody. Focus. Join the American Indian paradigm. Take time to get our lands back. I definitely am interested in that. Definitely interested in that. Yeah. As an indigenous person, I'm not black. I don't even write that on my I don't even write that on anything I'm applying or anything I need to put my race on. I don't even write black no more. It's a color. It's a Crayola color. That's another topic for another story, though. I was wrapping this up, y'all. We were talking. We just finished all the rising signs and all the house purposes and how to manifest with the new moon. We have the node switching tomorrow from Taurus North Node to Aries North Node, from Scorpio South Node to Libra South Node. We're leaving all the resources. Taurus and Scorpio South Node had to do with the resources being depleted, some emotions that we need to release with the Scorpio South Node. The Taurus North Node was for us to understand that we have other means and other ways. When Pluto was in Aquarius, it was kind of conjunct these nodes because it was at 0 degrees and the nodes were like at 3, around 4 or 3. It wasn't that close, but it wasn't that far. And anyway, it was showing us how with the North Node being in Taurus is a slow and steady way to get what you want by being innovative. Aquarius is innovation, uniqueness. I just read that with the 11th house energy. It's humanitarianism has to do with society, right? In groups, finding the right group where you can be who you want to be. And if you took advantage of the nodes being in the fixed signs when Pluto was in a fixed sign in Aquarius, and it will be back, but then the nodes will be in cardinal signs, right? You should have been innovative. You know, you should have been more slow and steady to win the race. And we still have a lot in Taurus, even when the node moves tomorrow. And I'm just going to go ahead and move it. Even when the node moves tomorrow to Aries, right? We still have Jupiter, which is the planet of where's my words tonight? Abundance and luck and prosperity. And could be exaggeration, but it's also expansion in Taurus. And we have Uranus, the planet of shock, the planet of rebellion, the planet of all things Aquarius too, uniqueness and what am I forgetting? Originality, shock value. So something shocking is still coming for us with these planets being in Taurus. Okay, with Jupiter expanding our luck and our abundance, it's just going to be slow. Jupiter's going to be in Taurus until next April 2024, and then it moves into Gemini. But we got time, y'all. We got time to receive all the abundance. There's no rush. A lot of us that in Truth the World that know about Nassar, it's coming. We've been talking about it forever, but we got a lot of change and transformation to do before we get to the goals. No doubt. We got lots of transformation. So as the nodes switch from Scorpio and Taurus to Aries and Libra, we're literally about to have the South Node being released those things so we can move forward and we can get our blessings and step into yourself and self-care and trusting yourself and doing more about your identity and figuring out who you are and loving yourself and trusting yourself and being about self so you can do all those things for others later. But right now, later with the relationships, later with worrying about fixing, helping, unless you have a job like me where you got to help people, because I help people with disabilities in my full-time job. Later for them people. Later for them people. Greetings, True Bliss Healing Arts LLC. I like that. What do you heal? I'm going to have to follow you to see. Thank you for speaking up. Thank y'all for hitting the likes. I do need to go to bed, y'all, though, because I do have a full-time job, and I take astrology class early in the morning, 7 to 9 before I work. And I'm trying to get up early so I can step into this Aries energy and get this body right. You know, I got my push-up bra on, but my belly under here. It's almost as big as my chest. Anyway, I think I also wanted to talk about some other things with the nodes. But if you all have any final questions, True Bliss, thank you for joining me. Hopefully you follow me. I come on live every Wednesday, Sunday, and Fridays. I did miss this past Friday because there's a lot of heavy energies. We were talking about all the rising signs and their purposes of where the Cancer new moon is falling in. Wednesday, we're going to talk about all the retrogrades, and we're going to talk more about the nodes. The nodes are our destiny and our karma. The nodes are, the North Node is like the head of the dragon. The South Node is like the tail of the dragon. We're going to talk more about the nodes. So hopefully you can join my live then. I know Alien Superstar just came in. I'm getting ready to leave too. I appreciate my son for being here. I appreciate Trey, aka 250 Shades of Brown, being here. I appreciate Chrissy, who gave me, she is a Cancer rising, so we did hers first at the beginning. I appreciate, who else came through? Melanin B came through. She has a page on here on TikTok called Hilariously. Why am I losing my holistically hilarious? So healing through laughter. Check her page out. Who else came through? 720 Astrology came through. I appreciate y'all. Empress K came through. And we did her rising sign too. Yeah. So we had a good time, y'all. I appreciate everybody. The Don came through too. The Don didn't come back with his rising sign. Or he did. I think he did. So anyway, I appreciate all y'all for being here. I'm going to call it a night because it is 11:25 on the East Coast. And I got to get ready for bed, y'all. I need at least 6 hours of sleep every night. And I'll probably be all the way sleeping by now. So y'all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. It is Moon Day tomorrow. The new moon in Cancer will be in full effect at 25 degrees with the sun at 25 degrees. Conjunct means that they're blending their energies. So they're blending their expressive and emotional energies together. They're opposing Pluto and Capricorn, which is transforming these nurturing, intuitive energies into something greater with this new moon. New moons, again, bring new energies for 6 months and beyond. So expect, if you do manifest with any of the ways we said to manifest, with Cancer being whatever house you have in Cancer, we already went through this. If you didn't hear yours, please play it back by looking on my YouTube. I have the button under my bio. Please visit my website that I'm still building every day. My son is going to help me, so we should get it up and running fully by the end of the week. And if you do want to book, I'm doing free readings based on whatever's going on. So like free readings right now for new moon and cardinal sign placements, the node switching. I also want to do free readings for those who have Virgo with Mercury and Mars and Virgo, your Virgo house. And I also want to talk to those about their Leo house with Mercury and Venus in Leo. Okay, like I said, mine is in the 11th house. So my hopes and dreams for everybody is to build their relationships and be unique and innovative with me having Leo in the 11th house. Okay, let's talk. Let's get more clarifying about astrology and how we can use it to benefit ourselves in love, in health, in wealth, and in truths. All right, so I'm TMZ. That stands for Teaching Everyone Abundantly, Empowering Many. Zakia, Enlightening Every Day. And this is Get a Life Astrology, because we are growing into divine adults and loving yourself forever. Oh, I was going to say the way to book, if you want a free reading, is to go under the TikTok bio, under my website. It says Calendly, book now. So if you go on Calendly, click the free reading one. It's a 15 to 30 minute reading where I call you and we can talk. And you can answer questions, and I can ask you questions. So check me out, y'all. I'm building my new energy out with my Cancer house being the 10th house. House of reputation and careers. So I'm about that business, and I'm going to nurture it. Y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all on Wednesday. Might step in for a few minutes tomorrow just to talk about the energies. Because who knows what's going to pop up off tomorrow, but it's going to be something. Peace.